Hi there, Miss Angela from the Tunkhannock Library, and it is National Craft Month. So we're going to kick it off with our first craft kit, which is craft stick art. How do we make art out of craft sticks? Well, it'll be fun. So in the kits you picked up from the library, you should have found an 8x8 canvas, some paint, watercolor paint. What else is in that? Oh, yes, craft sticks. Yes, lots of those. And some tacky glue or regular glue. Now, for the sample, I'm going to use hot glue. You're welcome to use hot glue. With the tacky or regular Elmer's glue, it'll take a little patience and it'll take a little time to dry. So maybe you want to create it in steps, or if you want to switch over to hot glue, no problem. So I'm just going to create a sample for you. There's no wrong way. Be creative. You could paint it any way you want. You could paste it on the canvas any way you would like. So there's no wrong way. I'm just going to show you a quick sample. So I'm going to switch over so that you just see my hands, and we'll create a sample together that you could use or just give you an example to get creative with. So here we go. Okay, so let's begin our sample of our craft stick craft for Craft Month. Here's this sample, an example that I made. And this is just a sample. So this is one way you could do it. Now I'm not using canvas, I'm just using cardstock to show an example. So I do have a cardstock here that's the same size as your canvas. And I went ahead and prepped some craft sticks with the watercolor. And you can paint your craft sticks if you want them really, really dark. You can paint them dark. If you want them lighter, you could wipe it off. Another example too is if you don't like the watercolor, you could always use markers and a little water and then wipe them down. So it really just depends on the look that you're going for. I went with more of a watered down look and kind of some lighter colors, darkers, and some mixing of colors. Any way you want to paint your sticks. I left a couple that weren't painted, so I'm going to go ahead and paint those now. And like I said, I plugged in my hot glue gun just to be able to show you an example and have it dry quickly. So if you want to switch over to the hot glue, no problem. Also, depending on how much water you add to your watercolors will depend on how light or dark your paint will appear on your stick. Using a little less water helps make the stick and the paint appear darker. You could go and do a second coat if you want them to be darker. Okay, just finishing up that last stick. Now, for example, if you wanted to do a second coat, I just want to go back over one and show you. So I picked the green. So if you wanted to go back over and do a second coat, and you're going to want to probably allow your sticks to dry between painting and pasting or gluing. You could paint writing on, if you want writing on your sticks, anything is possible. So it makes it a little bit darker if you do go back and do a second coat. So I'm going to start working on pasting my sticks. And you can do it any way you'd like. There's no wrong way. If you want them going different directions, just straight up and down. When I created this sample, I did use tacky glue, and I did place a covered book or something of weight on top of it when I was finished so that it's kind of dried flat. Do you want your sticks straight up and down, all the same, all in the same line? Do you want them staggered? Do you want them sideways? It's up to you. So it's going to be about roughly 12 sticks if you go straight across. You're going to want to space them a little bit because my last stick does hang off a little bit, and if you don't want that, you might want to lay them out and space them out, then glue them. That's just a suggestion. Then when you go back with your second row, if you're doing rows, do you want them staggered between? Do you want them lined up the same? Again, that's completely up to what you want to do. And you could switch directions if you want. I just had that idea after I glued this one down. That if you want to end into your last row with opposite direction instead of lined up, let me get this out of the way. Instead of lined up, and you want to change it and have it overlapping and laying out just like the top, you could do that too. So you could do it any way you'd like. So have fun. Paint your sticks anyway, glue them on, and I hope to see some samples. So you enjoy our first craft kit for National Craft Month.